Hi, I'm Greg Upton from Upton Pastoral Company, based in the southern end of New England in the high rainfall areas. We're on a reasonably narrow belt of the Great Divide, which is gently undulating countryside, high fertility soils and high rainfall varying from 34 inches up to a bit over 50 inches a year, the majority in the 50-inch category. The strength of this area is largely brought on by the fact that we get eastern and western rain. So if it's raining on the coast, we get eastern rain. If it's raining in the west, we get western rain. And now that's usually seasonal. But the country is really non-seasonal in rainfall content. So there's a huge benefit. In the last 4 years of drought for most of Australia, we've been able to fatten most of our cattle on grass without grain feeding. First property was purchased by my father in 1962. All the properties have been in continuous ownership for the total period of time up until now, nearly 6,700 acres. Highly improved. It's very productive, every inch is in production. Going by the benchmarking that we've been involved with for many years, is probably second to none in the country for productivity. The main thing, of course, to talk about is procurement of cattle to eat those grasses, and that's where we have gained a great deal of experience over a period of years, and we have worked out where the cattle that suit our operations happen to be in this country. We purchase them regularly, and we know exactly where those are within the state and when they're going to come on the market. We have a working relationship with Tees Brothers. These properties are EU accredited, and we've been dealing with Jeff Tees for some 30 odd years. And we have a relationship that works very well for both of us with some significant benefits. So we have a relationship with purchasers right through to the processors, which works in our favour. We also have a dedicated team of staff. I believe in tending or trying to bring staff with you on projects, and my people have worked very effectively in that role. They're given roles and they carry them out. The water on all the properties is from natural either dams or creeks. We have creeks and water flows basically in every paddock with dams. When I look out into the field at the moment, into the paddocks, I see Italian ryegrass and oats ready to be grazed within the next month in significant areas, and a lot of new pastures going in at the same time with the newer varieties. The older variety pastures aren't nearly as effective and as productive as the newer variety pastures. So the newer ones are where we make the money, and that's what we're sowing the country down to. And we'll be sowing 1,000 acres this year alone of the new fescues, which will make a big difference to the productivity. Hence the reason for wanting to capture that value in the future by doing a leaseback. After the asset has been sold, my intention is to lease it back and to gain the value from this asset. The reason for the sale is very clearly that it's an opportune time to take some capital out of the business and purchase additional lands, develop those, and possibly even liquidate them into a similar type asset and lease back again, which I think is a very good model. So I'm basically intending to grow the business, and growing the business I think has a great deal to offer, spreading my capital risk around. So in conclusion, the Upton pastoral assets are very high quality assets. Anybody who ends up with these assets will see significant capital gains over a period of time. The properties will run somewhere in the vicinity of about 6,000 cattle on average. You sometimes get them up to 7,000 cattle, but 6,000 on average to be safe would be a number, or 4,000 cows. And we're talking about growing steers into heavy bullock weights. So we're talking 300 kilos weight gain on steers if the right types of cattle are purchased. Now that puts the purchase value of the properties in line with current values on a stocking rate basis to most sales that have occurred in the last 12 months in the region.